spotted by those phoenixes, and then I think he's going to bring some troops in for too long, but he might actually manage to get these rocks down. If he does, that's going to leave this third of Hasu really quite vulnerable, and that's going to be interesting to see whether he can do that. In the meantime, he is actually distracting and sending in some baneling drops, so this could be absolutely huge. He's going to sacrifice these Zerglings over the rocks, but this could be a massive... Oh, so many probe kills, so many banelings. Oh, he just missed off on another one, but that... I wish it showed the Overlord having kills, that would be great. But, I mean, Hasu, I think, lost about 15 or so probes then. That was really quite dramatic. And so some nice play. And some more banelings coming in at the natural, actually, but they seem to get force fielded off, and I don't think Hasu took any more economic damage there. But yeah, MouzMorrow doing what we saw Idra do in the ESL and doing some really nice baneling drops on the mineral line. This is sort of like Reaver shuttle micro in Brood War, sort of, except it's a bit easier with baneling drops either, as Reaver AI was the worst thing in the world ever, as any Protoss Brood War player will tell you. But it is 3 base versus 3 base, although MouzMorrow is getting up a fourth, which will be up for too long, and he still is going to be sitting on 79 drones against 56. 4 base versus 3 base, he's feeling pretty comfortable. He's got his tech out, he's got infestors on the way, he's got banelings, he's got really good upgrades at 2-1 already. He's got neuroparasite coming as well, so he's going to be able to neuroparasite the Colossi. Phoenixes are going to be scouting this fourth, and he's not going to be able to saturate for a little while probably. But really, for now, he's going to be feeling really quite safe. And he's gonna know exactly what's coming at him. You've seen the Colossi tech with the Phoenixes, and he's got much better upgrades than Hasu as well. He's at 2-1-2-1-0. So I don't know. MouzMorrow's just comfortable. He's not going to be frightened. There's no. This isn't a death ball yet. It might be in a bit, but I don't think MouzMorrow's going to let him get to that. Let his teammate Hasu get to that death ball stage. I think he's going to be far more aggressive than other Zerg players are sometimes. You do see here a huge number of Zerglings coming in. 92 Zerglings, 22 banelings, all in the Overlords, and with a couple of Festers backing up with who are going to have some fungal growth on the way. And I think he's just going to start with his massive economy, start trading armies, and he's going to be able to do that more than Hasu is. Especially if he gets some Overlord drops on the Protoss ball. The banelings actually do so much splash damage, and he starts to trade very cost effectively, and it starts to become very difficult for HasuObs to sort of catch up, especially if he keeps on doing drops in the mineral line. Although HasuObs is actually out to 72 harvests, so he's really been chronoing and probing pretty hard to try and catch up, because he knows he's behind. He is now getting Blink, and Storm is on the way. We do have High Templars out on the field, I believe, as well, gaining some energy. We do have 3 High Templars out, so that could be a pretty vicious counter to what MouzMorrow is doing. But we do see him just over here with some Overlords spreading creep. I wonder if we might see a Zergling drop in the main. That could be pretty effective. Just clear out these probes, maybe take down some tech. If you could take down the Twilight Council or the Templar Archives before Storm's done, that could be absolutely huge. I must say, HasuObs has done a really good job of never losing these Phoenixes. These Phoenixes have been around the whole game and haven't been needed, haven't been taken out at all, and so they're remaining useful, just scouting, giving him map presence and letting him know exactly what he is up to. But we are going to see a massive Zergling drop in the main at the same time that MouzMorrow is going to be pushing the front with this massive Zergling Corruptor and Baneling Infestor drop balls. Lots and lots of units, lots of damage going down in the main as well. He's just feinting at the front, drawing in some force heals. He's not going to commit too much because he knows he's doing so much damage over in the main at the same time. But we could see some absolutely huge Baneling drops here before too long. Oh, huge damage being done to the death ball. Absolutely huge. He did neuroparasite a Colossus as well, which is doing some damage to his own troops. And Corruptors are going to be able to clear out all the Colossi and take out some of those Phoenixes that have been in the game all day long. MouzMorrow does lose all of that army, but at the same time, these Zerglings completely cleared out the main. That Nexus is going to go down, and there are more Zerglings being dropped into HasuObs' main. He's in real dire straits right now, Hasu. This is a huge dent to his economy and his tech, and it's going to find it really hard to be able to clear this up, because the Zerglings are at fantastic upgrades at 2-2 against 1-1, so they're going to be able to chew through those Zealots pretty easily as well. The Stargate could go down, the Twilight Council, Templar Archive, could go down as well, and that's going to be huge. He's not going to be able to warp in any more High Templars, and that's how he's going to be able to deal with this more easily. And that's an expensive building and long building to remake, so really this has been a really effective drop from MouzMorrow. He's taking a very safe 5th, He's now getting +3 upgrades and adrenal gland, so his Zergling is going to be even more effective. And I really like this composition of mass Zergling, Baneling drops with a few Corruptors and Infestors, and just using the mobility of those drops and the immobility of the Protoss Death Ball against HasuObs. And I really like this play. Hasu now desperately trying to take a fourth, as he knows how far behind he is. He is actually equal on Harvesters. That's how hard he's been probing it. Look, it's oversaturation, massive oversaturation here at Hasu's third. And very poor actually at the natural. He needs to really Maynard and balance that up a bit. We do see some Phoenixes coming in at the 4th of MouzMorrow, just picking up a few drones. I wonder how these Phoenixes must be 10 kills, 13 kills, 11 kills, 17 kills. They've been really cost effective. Like I said, he kept them alive all game long. Those Corruptors couldn't deal with them earlier, and they have picked up a really good number of kills, but I just don't feel that Murray's really been that bothered. He's just, you kill 5 drones, I'll build 10. It's not really an issue to him. And then he's just going to build 50 Banelings and bust you down. So we do see Murray denying the 4th of HasuObs, and that is a huge move. HasuObs desperately need that base. He's got a massive oversaturation, and he's just so pent in. You see what the effect of that drop play did, and just with this force, and he's going to be coming in again. Huge storm damaging. Oh, that's a massive storm. That's just what he needed. Huge number of Zerglings and Banelings going down. But he's going to get cornered, and if he gets just a few Banelings drops off, he doesn't really. That was really not cost efficient from Murray, but I don't think that matters due to this number of bases he has. He's going to lose the majority of his army, but at the same time he's producing a huge number of Zerglings and Infestors. +3 carapace and weapons almost done, so even those Infestors are going to be pretty well protected, and I really think HasuObs does have to push out and start exerting some presence on the map. He can't just, he's been far too passive. He's let Morrow sit back. That is a nice storm, but Morrow can trade Zerglings all day, whereas Hasu can't afford to lose these Stalkers, and this is great Infestor micro from Morrow. He's just refungling, and all these are going to go down, although there are quite a few High Templar with a decent amount of energy, so he's got to be careful that all his Infestors don't get feedbacks, as that would be pretty poor. That would be really bad, not pretty poor. I was just going to say how decent Morrow's macro is. I mean, he's on what, 5 bases with decent saturation, and he's keeping his money low, really low. It's just a really impressive macro play. HasuObs now desperately trying to take a 4th at the gold instead after it was denied down here, but I think he's pretty far behind now. Looks like Morrow going to be doing a few more drops. Really nice play. I really like that drop play. Zergs are starting to really like that. People like Morrow and Idra and others is just starting to show some great Zerg drop play. I think it all started when July did it to MC in the March finals. Was it March? Whenever it was. And huge number of Infestors out, lots and lots of energy. This is going to be quite a climactic clash, I feel. At the same, Morrow's going to be pushing the front again, and at the same time he is going to be dropping into the main again, sandwiching the Protoss army in its own base. HasuObs desperately trying to put up some cannons as some defense, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Morrow just has had such a huge lead, and he's not going to be throwing it away like we have seen some Zergs do in the past. And all these Zealots are going to be prime and fungling. He does actually split them, almost not quite a Marine Kick sign split, but a Storm and feedbacks going down, but the Banelings do come in and clear up the Zealots who have been bungled. Huge feedbacks going down here at the same time that Morrow is dropping the base, in the main base of HasuObs, and he does get off a few Fungus, but he lost an awful lot of Infestors. At the same time, he's just producing 66 more, and a huge number of Zerglings as well. His production is just unstoppable. HasuObs' money is starting to get up because he's lost a huge number of gateways to these Zerglings in his main. He's having to sort of relocate his base. All of his gateways are over here now, but he's just can't find easy to spend his money because he's so gas-starved, because he is stuck on basically 2 mining bases right now. These Phoenixes still around, still with a huge number of kills. They have been the heroes of the Protoss army in this game so far. And Morrow, just added insult to injury, actually got away with those dropping Overlords, which is quite amusing. And just more Banelings coming in, and they're +3. They do huge amounts of damage. And these Zerglings with the adrenal glands as well just shred through most of the Protoss army as soon as they get any sort of surround. It looks like HasuObs has been trying to preserve his High Templar, but he can't afford any more Colossi. He's just so gas starved, he's finding it really, really hard, whereas Morrow has plentiful gas, floating 1800, 2000 gas. He's not finding it hard to get any gas. And look at this, just Zerg swarm, a supply lead of 80 to Morrow, and 80 harvesters to 30. HasuObs is really, really I think this is pretty much game over. There's no way HasuObs can come back. He's just obviously gonna do his best, splitting his army, Marinkin style. Huge storms going down. I don't know if this is gonna be the best trade, but I think Morrow just has too much in his army. 160-44 at the same time. Morrow producing 90 Zerglings, and there's the GG. Wow, what a game. Really nice PvZ. Morrow showing that if he isn't put under any early pressure or any sort of timing push, then he's got the macro to just boss a Protoss and really abuse some of the Zerg mobility against the Protoss lack of mobility. So a really nice game. He takes game 1 in this best of 3 in the ESL Daily Motion Cup. Game 2 coming up soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hello everybody watching, you're watching another episode of Savcast, and we're looking at game 2 of our best of 3 series between MouzHasu, the yellow Protoss spawning here in the bottom right position on Tal'Darim Altar, against his teammate MouzMorrow, the green Zerg, spawning in the top right position. If you haven't seen game 1, please go back and watch it on my channel. It's the previous video. I'm going to spoil the results. Morrow won. That game was pretty vicious. Hasu sat back, did a 3-gate Stargate expand. Morrow sort of went 14 bull, 16 hatch, and just built about 70 drones, and then abused Hasu for the rest of the game with infestors and Baneling drops in his mineral line and some just great Zerg, aggressive Zerg play, just penning HasuObs into his base and never letting him out. HasuObs, I really feel, needed to put on some earlier pressure than he did, and he suffered as a result. So we'll see if he's learned from that on this, and see if he does it on this map. I think he might probably want to go for a slightly earlier expand. I think 3-gate expand is great, although obviously you get Rachelings all-ins are starting to get more effective against that, but I think the Stargate just delayed his expansion so much, and the Phoenixes, although they lasted all game and got a stupid number of kills, queuing up 4 probes, and got a huge number of kills, they just didn't do enough damage. He'd been better off getting a couple more voids, and then he's able to threaten hatcheries, because Phoenixes can't of course attack buildings. In the meantime, however, let's talk about the present. Morrow has put down a 14 pool by the looks of it, and is chatting to Hasu about stuff that I don't know, as I'm not on Mousesports. But yes. And it looks like, I don't know what they're talking about. Some TSL thing, apparently. Hilarious. And Hasu is putting down a gateway and gas and another pylon. So standard play so far, no sort of proxiness or anything like that. They do know where each other are. They are not in the most comfortable positions for Zerg, although of course it's they do like to be sort of probably over here in cross positions. Just want to be as far away from their opponent as possible. If you have a bit of a wall off going off here in the smaller choke, your natural is pretty wide open, though it's pretty easily vulnerable just because most enemies have to come sort of near this ramp, and then you get some line of sight on them and get a few more extra volleys off onto them before they get to your base. And still no hatchery from Morrow, because this probe is being annoying and patrolling and stopping it. This drone is going to come along, and with the Zerglings out now as well, that probe is going to have to run, and Morrow will be able to put his hatchery down. Just delayed a little bit. That's something you always want to do as Protoss players, just delay that hatch. It just lets you get a few more probes out before they're able to get that hatchery down. That's when the Zerg players' economy starts to explode, is once they're on 2 hatch with a couple of queens and they start producing 10 drones at once. So it'll be interesting if Hasu has learnt from that previous game where he